Welcome, and I hope that you are doing really fine. Today I will explain you how to set up your Express VPN account in OpenWRT. As you can see, I am connected to a Wi-Fi called Manguito VPN, and whenever any of my devices are connected to it, they are going to be protected and behind the Express VPN service. As you can see, OpenWRT is installed in a Raspberry Pi 4 that has its latest version for September of the year 2022. To see how it works, let's go to the OpenVPN section. You can see that I have an ExpressVPN account configured and working. It's turned on. Let's check the IP provided by it. You can see that the IP given by ExpressVPN starts with 173, and the localization is in the city of Buenos Aires and in the country Argentina. Let's turn it off. We can see that it has been turned off. Let's check our IP. Let's refresh the page. And now you can see my true IP that starts with 109, and the true localization is in Germany. Before setting up Express VPN, we need to install Open VPN. Let's clean all the VPNs that I have configured. Whenever you install OpenWRT, you will see that this VPN section is not available, so we need to install it. In order to do that, we need to install a few packages that in here I provide you with the names: OpenVPN, OpenSL, and Lucy App OpenVPN. In order to do that, we go to System, Software, and in there, initially, we need to update the lists, and then in Filter, we put the word OpenVPN. There we will see several packages, and we need to install OpenVPN, OpenSL, and Lucy App OpenVPN. In my case, I have already installed them. You can see that they are available. Then you reboot your system, and after rebooting, you will see that you have the VPN section, and within it, the OpenVPN. Before setting up the ExpressVPN account, we need to create a virtual interface. So we put add new interface, we put a name, VPN client. We will choose as a protocol unmanaged, and in device we will go to custom and we will put the name TUN0. Let's create the interface, and now we go to the firewall settings and we will create a new zone. We will create a customized zone and we will call it once again VPN client. Save. And now we can see that we have a new interface. Let's go to the firewall section in order to configure some things. In here, we can see the different zones and the new zones that we created. What we need to do is to add VPN client to the zone of LAN. Let's go to edit. We go in here, we add it, we save it, and we can see that it has been added. Let's save and apply. Everything has been applied, and now it's super important not to forget to click masquerading, because if not, we won't have internet every time that we connect to the VPN. Let's wait a few seconds. Everything has been saved and applied, and we have the new interface with the firewall configurations. So now we are able to set up our Express account. In order to do that, we go to ExpressVPN website, we use our email and password, and we will receive a code into our mail that will allow us to get into the control panel. This code is a second layer of security. Once in the control panel, we must head to the section where we can download the OVPN files, and in there we will see that we are provided with a username and password that we need to take copy. This information is necessary to set the ExpressVPN account in OpenWRT. Take into consideration that this username and password are different from the ones required to get to the control panel. Then we download the file from the localization that we want. In my case, I downloaded the information for Argentina. Let's go to OpenWRT, to the section Open VPN, and we will choose a file where we need to find the file that we have just downloaded. We open it, and then we put a friendly name, in my case ARG, and then we upload it. We can see that a new OpenVPN instance is available, and we would say, okay, now we can use our VPN. But that is not true, because some information is still missing related to our credentials. So to do that, we will go to Edit. Let's go there, and we will go to the box below, and in there we need to paste the username and password that we have just copied from the control panel. For security reasons, I will blur it, and then we need to go to the upper box and scroll down until we'll find the line that says auth user pass. In there, we will paste the path to where OpenWRT has stored our credentials. We copy that line, we go to auth user pass, we leave one space, and we paste it. Fantastic. Now let's save it. Good. Let's go back to VPN, Open VPN. Now, in theory, everything should be configured. We click in Enable, we save and apply, we wait a few seconds. And in theory, now the VPN account should be fully functional. Let's click Start, and we can see that it has started perfectly. Let's try it out. If you remember, my real localization is in Germany. Let's update the page, and we can see that we have a new IP that is located in Buenos Aires, Argentina, showing us that everything is working fine. If we are talking about VPN, security is really important. So let's try something out. Let's go to a new website, lanacion.com.ar. We can see that everything is working perfectly fine with our Express VPN account. But something really interesting and important is that if the VPN connection is lost, our devices shouldn't be sending and receiving packages from internet. So in order to configure that, let's go to Network, Firewall. Let's go down to Zones. We can see that LAN forwards the packages to VPN client and 1. Let's edit it. And in here, we need to unclick 1 and only leave VPN client. We save it. And now we can see that LAN forward packages only to VPN client. We save and apply. And now what we have obtained is that if the VPN connection is lost, our devices won't send and receive packages. Let's refresh the site. We see that we have internet, everything is working fine. Let's go back to OpenWRT and disconnect the VPN. We can see that it has been turned off. Let's go back to the browser and refresh this site. What happens? We can see that it's no longer working. There is no connection with internet. This is very important because if we are downloading something important that we don't want to be filtered, if the connection is lost, nothing is working. Something really interesting and functional is to have some kind of indicator that shows if the VPN connection is working or not. To do that, we can go to System, LED Configuration, and in here we can see that each one of the LEDs are assigned with a different function. Red LED, LED number 1, we can see that when the VPN is working fine, the red LED turns on. On the other hand, if the VPN connection is not working, the red LED turns off. Also, with the LED green, LED number 0, I configured it to show if there are packages coming in through the WAN interface, the one that provides internet to the Raspberry Pi. So with these two LEDs, I can see the status of the VPN and if there is any packages moving through the WAN interface. So let's go back to the Open VPN in order to turn on and off the VPN, and I will also add a caption of the Raspberry Pi, and we will see what happens when we turn on and off the VPN. So let's see. Let's turn off the VPN. We can see in the lower right part of the screen that the red LED has turned off, showing the VPN is not connected, is not working. And if we turn it on again, we can see that the red LED turns on, showing us that we have connection and we are connected to the internet without any problem behind the VPN. So I hope that this information is useful for you. It took me a few days to find out how to make everything fully functional. So enjoy it and be happy.